Okay, welcome back everybody to 999. If I seem a little confused, it is not my fault. I'm sorry. I only just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. I don't know what's going to change. I don't know when it's going to change. But I know that a lot of you are like, well, we've already seen this a lot of times. And I agree with you. And the thing that I was hoping for is if I go through these slowly, I could maybe catch some dialogue that didn't make sense at first. And whatever.
Yes, let's go.
But a lot of people are also saying, girl, the flowchart is there for a reason. So go. So does that mean I can just go right over here? Maybe, because, you know, obviously door 7 is where we have to go next. Now, I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. I don't even know if it'll let me do this. But bros, I'm doing it. Because I feel bad because, like, I know that the ending itself is probably going to take what, like 3 episodes maybe, depending on. We can't keep doing like 2-hour episodes like I did last time. I was just caught off guard. So that's not going to happen.
You guys ready?
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like how we got like the different Santa conversations before. I don't want to miss that shit, but I don't think the game's going to let me. So hopefully we're fine. And you know, part of me was also hoping that this game, once we get to the ending, would explain like a lot of the things that I'm not sure about. But something tells me that this game is not gonna be one of those games that explains everything. I don't know. I just have that feeling. I have that feeling about it that no matter what ending we get on this route, there's gonna be probably some things that aren't explained. I have a feeling it's one of those, which is going to either leave it up to me to decide, or maybe it just, you know, there's some kind of conspiracies that we have to go through. All right, let's go.
Let's do this.
This should all be abso-frickin-lutely the same. So let's frickin' go. Well, that's the second time we've seen that in this route, is it not? All right, well, Clover's with us now, and no June. And we know where this is going. This is going into the operating room. All right. Now, I'm assuming something happens in here because there's a key in here. I'm just not sure what. All right, our friends are coming back. Our mannequin friends. This did... it is a little freaky. It did freak me out the first time. Now I just don't even... Like, there are buddies, right? We don't have to worry about it. And I guess the other thing I never really found out, even though I know I asked this question, but maybe I need you guys to explain this shit to me like I'm 5 years old. Because clearly my brain is not getting it, because I'm just getting a whole bunch of info at once. But is there... Do you skip the puzzles? You must have to do them, because otherwise, how would you leave? Unless you just, you know... So if I look at the flowchart, we're in here, and there's 2 keys. How do I satisfy them? I can't just leave, can I? It just says operating room. Oh, chemical closet. And before there... Oh, look at this. This must be what you guys were talking about that I didn't understand. If I do this, what happens? Oh, God, we're going to find out right on the recording, aren't we? Yeah, we fucking are.
You think we should go back?
Oh, this must be... Oh, it's conversations that matter. I see. Here's the problem. If I don't have the context, am I gonna make the right fucking choice? Listen, you guys, you've seen me for years. You know that I could fuck up anything if possible. Listen. Oh my God. Like, trust me.
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Okay, what's happening? So this is at the point where we've been learning about, like, all of the atoms that the puzzle needed, right? When we were looking through here the first time. I think that's what was in there. Mm-hmm. What's going on? What's 7 doing?
Hey, 7, what's up?
What are you doing, boy? Now, he was in here before, for sure, talking with us about some of these atoms, I think.
Oh, well...
Yeah?
Is that a medicine bottle?
I got curious about it. Here.
I mean, didn't he straight up drink something out of here at one point? Oh, shoot, we're on advanced. I didn't mean to be.
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
I'm sorry. That was a mistake. He caught it and twisted it around to read the label. All right, what is this?
Yeah, that's right. It's EDT.
EDT. Am I supposed to know what that is? Oh, God,
what kind of medicine is that?
Oh, no.
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Oh, no, we have talked about this. Have we not?
Have something like that here.
Listen, you gotta clean up blood and shit.
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Yeah, no, we've definitely had this conversation, but maybe it changes.
Clean what up?
Okay, so let's see how it changes.
Fuck if I know. Still,
Same.
it looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
Yeah, dude. Why? Did you drink it? Did you pour it on your head? Don't do either of those things. Junpei looked up from the bottle.
You remember something?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Seven nodded slowly and spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT.
You do?
Happened about 50 years ago.
Okay, here's the problem with a game like this and me. I have goldfish brain. Sometimes I don't remember when I've heard something. It takes a while.
There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals.
I don't know if I remember that.
They were making it to sell as an industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before.
Okay,
But
let's just pretend I didn't hear it. I might not have.
a year after the factory started up,
Yes,
something strange started happening with the crystals they were building.
everything blew up.
Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate.
Right? I don't want to skip any of this because I'm not sure what's
It's
needed.
useless as a cleaner.
Yeah, okay.
Factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless.
Okay.
But it didn't end there.
Didn't it?
After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory.
Wait a minute. This is the same story that we heard before. This is very similar to the ice story,
They'd been making crystals the same way, with the same materials and the same equipment and environment.
right?
But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate.
Okay.
In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal.
Oh,
Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate.
right.
After it happened at the first factory, it just spread.
This is literally, we've heard this story a couple times.
It was like, man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another.
This is the same story that we have heard in multiple stories. People knowing what the painting is before they seen it, like generations of people. The Ice 9 thing about the ice forming, the glycerin stuff, and even the rats are a little bit. Aren't they also like connected with this? They say that like, you know, the offspring of the original rats learned this technique to get out of the maze quickly and quicker as they grow. It's all about communication. Does that have to do with the nonary game?
Transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive.
That's gotta be it. So that, because there's things we don't know. Keep it in mind, we don't know why the first nonary game was ever done, right? And we don't know why the second one is being done either. Is that what they're trying to prove here?
This phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Is that what they're trying to show, that there's something in it? Because we've already got people in here that have already been in it. And it looks like we have people that are connected to people that were in the first one. That's gotta be something there. It has to be. Junpei looked up at Seven with a half smirk. Seven stared at him dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
Okay.
But how did you know?
I heard another story, kind of like that one.
Yep.
When?
You know,
In
yesterday.
the freezer?
What? The freezer?
Yeah, dude. Have you ever heard about it?
Yeah, June told me.
Do you want to hear the story about Ice 9? Junpei told Seven the story he'd heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day, glycerin began to crystallize. And the story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absent-mindedly rubbed the scar on his chin.
Ice that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
You ever heard of that, bro?
That sounds familiar?
Does it?
Yeah, hold up. I feel like I can remember something. It's
Oh.
right there.
He knows about it, maybe. We definitely didn't have this conversation. There's no way. Seven squinted. His eyes stared off into space as if he were trying to desperately to focus on something far away.
Do you?
Do you? Want to make out? Oh, wait, shit. What do I do here? Maybe we should just ask him directly. That's what I would do. My only clues for this fucking run were give and listen. But no one said anything about asking, so
Do you know about Ice 9?
maybe saying the name will jog his memory. That's what I'm thinking.
Ice 9?
Does that mean anything to you?
Ice 9. Ice 9.
Sometimes you gotta like give it to him directly.
Ice.
Especially because the guy we're talking to has amnesia. Suddenly, Seven's eyes shot open.
That's it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
Wait, what? Who? What? Who? What are you talking about?
That woman?
What woman? There's like only 3 girls here.
Alice!
Huh? Alice? Wait, that's not the first time we've heard that name.
Who's Alice?
Where did we see it? Where did we see Alice? We've seen it.
Come on, the woman who won't melt at room temperature.
What? Oh, there was a name of Alice in the wheelhouse area, wasn't there? Either in a book or in a file, but I don't believe it was spelled A-L-I-C. I think it was differently spelled, but we've definitely seen it before. I know we have.
Huh?
That's gotta be it. It became clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath. Oh, shit.
You know how the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
No, I've lived under a rock.
Yeah, more than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history.
I never saw the movie, though, to be fair. That's true.
What about it?
That is true, and I don't think I need to. With a name like Titanic, I'm pretty sure I know how it ends.
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
No.
I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right?
Oh, I didn't even know that much. Shit.
It was a cruise liner, just like the Titanic.
Wait, was that in the movie, too?
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors.
Oh, okay.
The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett.
McKay Bennett.
The McKay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident.
Okay.
It set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 bodies.
Yeah, Canada. Is this real, guys? I'll have to look it up later. I don't know if this is real.
The Atlantic that far north was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff.
I am not brushed up on my Titanic lore, I'll tell you that. But after this game, I might need to be.
Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
Oh, for sure.
This isn't a very nice story. So, what happened next?
Have we ever had a nice story in this game? Well, okay, the elevator was pretty good.
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies.
Like what?
There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water.
Oh, well, there must
Things
have
the
been.
drowned had carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship sank.
Surely there was stuff all over the place. There must have been.
One of the things they found was a coffin.
A coffin? You mean like the one we've seen here?
A coffin?
So this is really all stylized to these stories, isn't it?
Yeah, a wooden one.
Oh, mm-hmm.
The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a wooden coffin.
Right?
It was all wood. No nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere.
Oh,
The thing was airtight.
one of those. Like, yeah, have you seen those things? Like, I've seen something, like a YouTube video about kind of like this kind of construction
The crew
once.
got pretty curious about what might be inside it and opened it up.
Oh, God. Now I'm thinking about the Trilby series.
They had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so big.
Right? What was in it?
Inside,
It was a snake.
they
Whoa.
found a woman. Or, I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman.
Oh my gosh, she looks so cool. Look at her.
Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition.
Okay.
They say that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess.
Yeah, she does. She has very Egyptian aesthetic.
She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping.
Right? I mean, she's got like the Ankh. Like, well, not the Ankh. She's got like the Eye of Horus, the Scarab Beetle. I don't know about the flowers. I've never seen that in Egyptian stuff, but let's be honest, I haven't seen all Egyptian
Her
things.
skin was so lifelike, she looked like she might wake up any minute.
Oh, weird.
She didn't, though.
Oh, okay, thanks for telling me.
The rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid.
Didn't think she was actually gonna wake up.
Eventually,
after
the
being in
McKay
the
Bennett
water.
finished searching and returned to Halifax.
Right?
The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore.
Okay.
However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw.
Oh, ew.
They say that the stink was horrible.
Ew, okay, yeah, it must have been.
But there was one body that didn't thaw.
She didn't, did she?
And that was...
The lady.
Girl in the coffin.
Why would they call her Alice when she's clearly Egyptian?
That's right. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually.
Yeah, gross.
Weeks passed and nothing happened.
Nothing. Well, I don't know anything about it, but if she was embalmed, like maybe, but I guess, can you really embalm somebody that perfectly? Probably
A
not.
month passed, and another. And it was summer, and she was still frozen solid.
Huh.
After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle.
Right.
rumors about her started to spread.
Okay.
People came to visit Halifax from all over.
Right.
After a while, people started to call her All Ice.
Oh, that's why it's Alice. And you know what? The spelling. That might be the spelling right there that we saw. I know that it wasn't spelled correctly. Did it have the 2 L's in the wheelhouse puzzle? I think it wasn't the wheelhouse puzzle. I think it was the captain's quarters. But yes, I think it was Allice. All ice. That makes sense.
Alice.
Right. Okay. I get it.
Of course, those rumors didn't last long.
Right.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared.
Huh?
One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't.
Someone steal her.
They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body.
Oh, gross. Why would they do that?
With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly.
Oh, jeez, I guess.
After a while, no one remembered her.
This is crazy. What does this mean, though, to the story?
You might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Okay.
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Wait, but how? How do you know that? That was like 5 million years ago. You think she's still around and here?
Now, why the hell would you say something like that?
Yeah, I need to know your thought process on this one.
Because I know.
What do you mean? Because he's been here before, hasn't he?
And just what is it you know?
He might be another one that's been here.
What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
What do you mean? Junpei gulped.
All right, tell me. What happened to Alice?
Yeah, what happened? Seven nodded slowly and took on the look of a man recalling something long buried.
Well, around that time,
Oh,
the word
shit,
was that
Abraham
there was a special
Lincoln.
black market in New York. All millionaires from all over the world.
Lincoln, I knew you weren't on the level.
I've heard that Alice went up for auction there.
Would someone have seen this and reported it?
The person who won the auction was
Yes.
Lord Dashiell Gordain.
Lord Dashiell Gordain.
You've heard that name before, right?
Lord Gordain.
Sounds sexy.
Oh, isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic's sister ship?
Oh, they have talked about that in the past,
Yeah,
haven't
that's
they?
him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
But it's all related to the Titanic, really?
What do you mean?
Gordain bought Alice in 1912. 4
Okay.
years later, in 1916, he bought the Gigantic.
Okay.
And he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic.
Okay.
But nobody knows where.
And since this ship is styled like the Titanic, as the Gigantic also was, he thinks that she's here.
He died in 1931.
Okay.
And apparently, he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden.
I see.
However,
What?
well, he did have one close friend who asked him,
Who asked him?
"Where is Alice?"
Right?
And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
Huh? Forest of Knowledge? What, like a library?
What the hell is that? Is it some kind of riddle?
Yeah, it seems like.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. Seven threw his hands up in defeat.
So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it.
Well, I don't know, so you really still think that this ship is the Gigantic and she's here?
She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic.
Right?
In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
Because, okay. But are we sure this ship is that ship? I don't know. It's too early to tell. Look, for all we know, this game is not going to explain any of it. Before Junpei could dispute Seven's rather bizarre claim, as Junpei was trying to figure out what on earth he was going to say next, Clover's shrill voice pierced the room.
Hey, what are you two doing over there?
Nothing, nothing, just making out. Don't worry about it.
Stop wasting time and get over here.
Madam, do you want to hear about this dead lady?
Okay, we're coming.
Jeez.
She was not impressed by our makeout session shit. Seven looked at Junpei.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the story.
Well, that was definitely something we'd not seen before. Holy shit, what does it mean?
Might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
Yeah, I've heard that before too. All right, Okay. With that cryptic remark, he turned and left the room.
Alice. Huh.
That's crazy. Okay. Junpei was left behind to ponder what he just heard. He tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy.
Right, this story as well. I forgot.
They say that she was frozen.
So, really? We've got all these corresponding
The
stories?
story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic,
Right?
even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
Right, this was Amon-Ra, right?
Then
That's
was
what she
that
said
Egyptian
anyway.
priestess Alice?
Huh, okay.
Did the water in her body become Ice 9?
What does it mean? That's crazy. Maybe. Who knows? This is
No,
probably all
that's nuts.
crazy. It's all conjecture, maybe. Who knows?
There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Okay. Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to clear it, and followed Seven to the operating room where Clover was waiting. Right. Oh. The key is done. Right, so what happens if I do this? It just skips the whole puzzle, doesn't it?
Hey, hold
Oh,
on.
okay. I guess we didn't need to solve them again. I mean, I already done it. What's up, Seven? What's wrong? So I'm assuming this is right after we've satisfied all the puzzles and we're going to leave. Junpei stopped about to put the key into the doorknob.
Oh, what's up?
What's going on? What's wrong?
Where's Clover?
She's not here?
Huh?
Did we lose her before in here? Can't remember. Might have done. Junpei turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Oh, God damn it. Where the hell did she go?
I don't know.
Okay, just hold on a minute. I'll go get her.
I believe this happened before, yes,
Sure
this
thing.
part. We had, I think she's looking at the mannequins, is she not? Believe that's where she is. He found her standing next to the operating table. Girl, what's wrong? She was staring at the mannequin. Now, this did absolutely happen before.
Hey, Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
I'm worried because this is leading, from what I remember, to Clover's bad ending, is it not? I wonder what's gonna... I mean, stuff has changed clearly already, but I wonder how we're gonna change this part of it. Because this was her right before she murdered us, was it not? We still have to go to where, you know, I believe the wheelhouse and all that is, right? Because don't we have to go through door 1 after this? But that was where shit really started to take a bad turn. How are we gonna fix it, though? She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead.
What are you doing?
What's wrong?
Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
Oh, we do love John, though. It wasn't the best joke, but it was something, an attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. She stood stock still and said nothing. Was this scene like this when we solved the puzzle last? Because didn't we pull the curtain from this? And switch the mannequins? I can't remember if it was changed or not. I'll have to go back and look.
Hey, Clover, can you hear me?
Clover girl, wake up. We've got to fix this, though, because if we don't, she's going to kill us again. Perhaps it was something he'd said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly, her mouth opened, and she whispered in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead.
I wish we could tell her that I don't think he is, but we can't because we don't know. But by that, I mean we don't know on this route yet. But we know. It'll be okay. Come with me. We'll find out together. You and me. Come on, I don't want to hate you, Party City Junko. I actually really like you.
Huh?
That's why we couldn't find him.
Well, we still have to look some places. Let's go see.
If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
This part was the part that I didn't understand either the first time she said it. What does it mean? Suddenly, the operating room felt very, very cold. Does that have to do with the fact that Snake was in the nonary game before? Does she know that? I'm assuming yes, if they're siblings. I'm assuming she knows that he's been through it and now they're here again? Which means if he's dead, she's next? I wonder if that has to do with it.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
Sorry I'm spending so long just talking out of my ass, but it's helping me, like, mentally work out what the hell's going on here. He gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. It's okay, let's go look at the rest of the doors and we'll find out. The silence grew heavier. Junpei, what do you want to do? Huh? This has not come up before. Give her the 4-leaf cup. I forgot that we were carrying it all the way from when Santa gave it to us in the beginning. That's the giving part of the hint I was given. Oh, I'll give you... yes, maybe it'll cheer up. Even if I didn't have this hint, I would still pick this. Because you guys know me. Here, maybe this will cheer you up. He didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier.
It's in my pocket somewhere. Here it is.
Maybe don't start with that, Junpei, because it sounds a little weird. No, it's just me. He reached into his pocket and dug it out. Oh, yeah.
A 4-leaf clover.
Just like you. Oh, surely that'll cheer up a little. Will this be enough to give you so that you don't kill me and I don't get the axe ending again, please? Santa had given it to him in the second class room. He held it out to Clover.
Hey, did you know? Each leaf means something.
Oh yeah, tell her that, Junpei. That might cheer her up.
Hope, faith, love, and luck.
Yeah.
That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for.
Yeah, and you're Clover, so here, you should have this.
Take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
Aw, Junpei, that's so sweet. He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand.
Listen to me, Clover.
Junpei, you're being so kind.
No matter what happens, you can never lose hope.
That's true.
You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love.
Aw, Junpei, that's so nice.
If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck.
Aw, man, that's profound. Man, that's something we can all use.
Snake, I mean, your brother, he's not dead.
Junpei.
He's alive, somewhere. I'm sure of it.
Oh,
You've just gotta believe in that.
I thought he was gonna bust out something real conspiratorial. Conspiratorial? Is there a word for what I'm trying to say here? Guys, I don't know. It's 2 a.m. Oh, Clover, come on. Come on, let's go look together. This is so nice. Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears start to form at the corners of her eyes. Aw, girl, it's alright. It's okay.
Thank you.
Maybe now she won't murder us horribly. Her voice was tiny and broken, and as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away tears with the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. It's okay to cry, girl. You've been through a lot. Here, have a good cry. We'll go look together. Come on. Her tears made small wet circles on the floor. Oh, poor
Thank
thing.
you.
No problem, girl. She said it again. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Atta girl. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage. That is so sweet.
Now come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
Oh, there's nothing sweeter than someone brushing a tear off someone's face. Ew, oh my god, that's like the epitome of like a sweet romantic. But still, she didn't move.
Wait, before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you.
What's up, girl?
What's that?
What's going on?
What do you think when you hear the word experiment?
Huh? What does that mean? For a moment, his mind froze. Then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him, aside from the dictionary definition. Did she ask this before? I don't think so.
What?
Oh.
What is that? What's wrong?
I guess it was just a coincidence then.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I mean, that you knew about the 4-leaf clover.
Oh. Is that tied into something that I'm not aware of?
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but you are making less than no sense right now.
No, Junpei, I might not have worded it that way.
Oh, no. It's nothing. Just forget about it.
No, this seems like something we might want to press.
Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this?
Yeah, come on, this seems important.
What is this experiment you were talking about?
What is this? Clover looked away. The 4-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at it for a long moment and then, finally, spoke.
You promise you won't tell anyone?
Who am I gonna tell? Listen, everybody hates me on this ship. We're good.
Cross my heart.
Really?
Yeah, I promise. Girl, if I cross you, you're gonna kill me.
Really?
can trust you, right?
Yes, of course. Why is that highlighted?
Of course you can.
Clover slipped the four-leaf clover into her pocket. Her eyes still red from crying, she looked up at Junpei.
Okay then, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago.
Oh, yes, please.
Wait. On this ship?
Yes, please.
Yeah, this ship.
You do know. You do know about it. So she knows about her brother, at the very least. He was entirely lost. He had 1,000 questions, but it was probably best, he thought, to save them until Clover had finished.
It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing.
Of course, just like I said. The stories we've been hearing, it is kind of like a psychic way to communicate, telepathy, that kind of thing, perhaps.
Communicating through these fields that you can't see.
It's all related, isn't it? Holy shit.
Fields that you can't see?
Mm-hmm. He'd heard something like this before. Junpei, it was literally like 5 minutes ago. Clover nodded.
Like, think about this.
Well, I'd rather not think about him, to be fair. She pointed at the operating table. On top of it was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin.
This is John, right?
Right?
But is he really John?
Well, I mean, it depends.
Huh?
Because we swapped a lot of his body parts out, so what's John, the head or the rest? All Junpei could think of was she's finally completely lost it.
Isn't this like Locke's socks?
Huh?
Or the ship of Theseus?
What? What are these things? Oh, now I feel stupid. I don't like that. Lock socks. All I could think about was Final Fantasy VI. Junpei grew even more confused. He'd never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart. Junpei is like my company, you guys. It's like my fucking spirit animal is what it is.
You don't know?
Listen,
You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
please educate me.
No?
Listen, Junpei just living in a closet eating ramen noodles going to school. This boy don't know shit, and apparently neither do I. Junpei shook his head.
Really?
Yeah. Clover laughed.
Okay, well pay attention then.
Yes, ma'am.
This is how Locke's socks works.
Okay. There's a sock.
Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks.
You need to darn them, though. They're all fucked up.
One of them gets a hole in it.
Right?
What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
Sew it up. Well, you can't trust dudes to do that. I'm just kidding, guys. Uh-oh. Does this matter? Oh, I don't, oh God. I don't, no one said anything about this. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with my answer. I would patch it, because I know how.
Well, I guess I'd patch it up.
Yeah, if they're your favorites, you don't throw them away.
Get some cloth and close up the hole.
Yeah.
But what if another hole opens?
What the hell, is this a crazy exploding sock?
I'd add another patch, I suppose.
Yeah.
What if another hole opened after that?
I think I see where she's going with this.
Another patch, I guess?
Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches.
What she's probably gonna come out with is, are they still your favorite socks if you've patched them with different fabric? Over and over and over until they become something else.
Until eventually, the original cloth of the sock is totally gone.
I get what she's saying. Yeah.
Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with?
Right, I see.
Well, that's tough.
Interesting, okay. Junpei crossed his arms.
So, that's the lock socks thing?
Yeah, the ship of Theseus is a lot like it.
Ship of Theseus.
The ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship,
Right?
eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with.
True.
Can you really say that ship is the same one you started with?
Well, it depends.
And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else?
Uh-oh, this is okay. I think I start to see where this is going.
Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus?
Which is the real, I see.
The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts?
Wow, okay. Food for thought. Man, this is the smartest game around. It was an interesting question. Clover could see Junpei was intrigued.
Hey, do you think it's the same?
I don't know.
What's the same?
These guys.
I don't know. Are they the same?
Is this John? Or is it Lucy now?
I'd say it's still John because it's his face. Still. And isn't the face like the mighty recognizer? Junpei looked at the operating table again. Like, why not? John can still change his body and be John if he wants. A mannequin full of body parts from a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like Locke's socks in the ship of Theseus. The part of the body that holds a person's identity is the head. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom had held that a man's identity resided in his heart, or any number of internal organs. And here, they had both.
John's head and heart are both his.
Right.
But apart from those, and a single arm, the rest of his body was once Lucy's.
True. Was that mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins.
Are we? She looked at Junpei again.
Think about it. The cells in our body change every day.
Right.
Old ones die and new ones are born.
True.
Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once. Or maybe part of your right side is made from a cow you ate.
What?
If you take it a little further,
Oh, I don't like where this is going.
those cows and fishes are made from something else too, right?
Yeah?
That's how we're all connected.
What?
Through fields that can't be seen with the naked eye.
Okay, this is getting a little creepy. The silence was broken by Seven.
Hey, what the hell is taking you two so long?
Listen, I'm making out, okay? God, like, you should know, because we did it before. Just give me some time, man. You already had your turn. Seven's head appeared in the doorway. He was not happy.
How long are you gonna make me wait?
Listen, I'm talking about fishes and cows, okay?
We don't have time to screw around.
Quit screwing around so much. Oh man, Clover, I'm sorry. That was getting a little creepy though. Holy shit. So she knows. Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Clover looked at Junpei as if to say there was more that she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. She doesn't want to say it in front of Seven. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell him in front of Seven. Seven seemed to catch on.
Oh? What were you two doing?
Don't worry about it.
Was this some sort of secret meeting?
Yeah? And it was sexy too, if anyone asks.
No, it wasn't. We were just
Just...
talking.
playing with the mannequins.
I guess. Yeah, it's a kink of mine. Wait,
Let's
what?
go, Junpei.
Yeah, man, you can't be part of our group. Moving a little bit too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed toward the exit. Seven stared after her, then turned to Junpei with an amused expression.
Playing with mannequins, huh?
Listen, that's what we call it.
Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei.
Don't worry about what I'm into. I've heard stories about you. Don't worry about it.
You're a dick.
True. Junpei dashed past him and traces Clover's path out the door. With a short laugh, Seven followed. They stood in front of the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter key.
All right, I'm gonna open it now. Is that cool?
Let's do it.
You don't need to keep asking, just do it, alright?
Whoa. I'm sure
Fine then.
Seven probably says that often. He slid the key into the keyhole and turned it. He felt it unlock. Oh, Resident Evil. The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple white hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud them. They simply walked through the door, and that was it.
All right, let's get going.
Let's go.
Hey man, what's up with you?
Nothing. Just playing with mannequins.
You're so serious, you know?
Man, I really wanted to hear the rest of that, so she definitely knows. So the nonary game is some kind of experimental, possibly scientific thing. We know that, and we had the inkling of that already.
Can't you sound more happy, you know, get a little excited?
This one must be connected to that one somehow, but why? Why both of them? To test that theory that you communicate through different planes?
Not really.
Junpei turned away from Seven and took his first step down the simple white hallway. You're right, Junpei.
My brother might be dead.
It's okay, girl.
I'm going to be next.
That has to have something to do with what she knows about the first nonary game. Clover had only told him a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead and she was likely to follow him.
Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that.
Yeah, I think this is the same. Okay, look at that. Both keys. So what we're going to do now in the next episode is we are going to novel our way all the way down here to, I believe this, which is door 1. I believe that is it. Chart room, the 1 door. That's where we're going to go next. I left this one a little bit longer because I missed the last episode. I'm very sorry because we're preparing for Coliseum. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you are enjoying this as much as I am, and I will see you soon in the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Toodaloo.